everybody. Thank you so much for your support during the release of How to Write Romantasy. The release went absolutely amazing. At least I hope it did. In reality, I'd love to tell you how the release went, but I'm filming this ahead of time so I don't die. If you haven't picked up a copy of How to Write Romantasy yet, now's the time to do it. I got it linked below. In other bookish news, I am hosting a signed book pre-sale of my indie published books over on my website, and it's starting now. You probably heard the Savior series books are getting brand new covers, so if you want to get copies of those books with those new covers, now's the time to do it. They're available for purchase online, but if you want signed copies, you gotta hop on over to my website and pick some up. You can also pre-order signed copies of Shut Up and Write the Book, or you can get yourself some signed book plates. This pre-sale is going down for the entire month of November, so if you want to pick up copies to give away as gifts for the holidays, or if you just want some signed copies for yourself, you gotta get on it. It's linked below. Copies will be sent out once the pre-sale window is over. On to today's topic. You guys asked for it, and I'm here to deliver. Why exactly did I change the covers of the Savior series? This is a very fair question with a very pragmatic answer. I needed to change the covers for 3 specific reasons, and I'm breaking them down right now. Reason number 1, the cover artists. The original Savior's Champion and the Savior Sisters covers were actually designed by different artists. I had a great experience with the Savior's Champions cover artist, but unfortunately they went out of business. So naturally, I went to a different cover artist for the Savior Sister. And while I'm happy with how the cover turned out, working with that designer was awful. They were difficult, they didn't follow directions, but worst of all, they were kinda scammy. They issued a ton of hidden fees, and the price for their work ended up being almost double what I expected based on their rate sheet. Let me put it this way. The original Savior's Sister cover cost more than all 3 of the new covers combined. Because of this, I have absolutely no interest in working with them ever again. Which means now that I'm releasing the Savior's Army, I need to hire another cover artist. It's hard enough for one artist to match the style of another artist, let alone one artist matching the style of 2 other artists, especially when I don't have the original Photoshop files for them to refer to. Thus, it made sense to start fresh rather than giving my new artist the biggest headache of their life. Reason number 2. Pricing. There are a few things that go into pricing a book, notably the cost of production as well as the wholesale discount. Let's start with production. The Savior's Champion and the Savior's Sister are big books. The bigger the book, the more expensive it is to print physical copies. The more expensive they are to print, the higher these books have to be priced in order to make a profit. Then there's the wholesale discount. This is a special discount for places like Barnes & Noble so that they can buy your book at a reduced price and then sell your book to readers for full price. That way, they still make a profit for selling the book. And platforms like Ingram Spark that focus on distributing hardbacks and paperback books usually have a minimum wholesale discount that you need to follow in order to use their platform. Herein lies the issue. When I first uploaded the Savior's Champion and the Savior's Sister to Ingram Spark, the minimum wholesale discount was 30%. But a few years ago, Ingram Spark changed their minimum from 30% to 40%. This might not make sense to you, math can be hard, but long story short, because of this 10% increase, I am only making about $1 profit per physical book sold. That's right, $1. There are only 2 ways to combat this issue. Either significantly raise the book's price, which would negatively impact you, the reader, or tweak the book's formatting so it has a lower page count, because the fewer pages a book has, the cheaper it is to print. And if a book is cheaper to print, my profits go up. I decided that tweaking the formatting was the way to go because I didn't want to raise the price for you guys, and honestly, I cannot continue to live off of $1 per physical book sold. I'm not doing that shit anymore. But here's the kicker. If you tweak the book's formatting, you also have to tweak its physical book cover. Because a skinnier book requires a skinnier spine. As we already covered, the designer who designed the Savior's Champion cover is no longer in business, so they can't do that for me. And I'm never working with the Savior Sisters cover artist ever again. This means if I wanted my book skinnier, I probably needed new covers. And reason number 3, and the easiest reason to explain cover trends. When I first released The Savior's Champion, fantasy romance was only just gaining popularity. The term romantasy hadn't even been coined yet. Because of that, there weren't really any cover trends to study. The only references I had were fantasy books with romantic subplots. Now romantasy is a booming genre, which means there are cover expectations. Readers can look at a book cover and know instantly that it's a romantasy story. Now, I love the original cover of The Savior's Champion. I think it's insanely beautiful, but unfortunately, it doesn't quite fit romantasy cover trends. Because of that, new readers aren't going to look at it and know instantly that it's romantasy, which is a big detriment to me as an author. It means that I'm not reaching my target audience. It also means that I'm potentially attracting the wrong kind of readers, the sort of readers who are expecting Brando Sandoz type of content, and that is not at all what I'm going for with this series. Thus, it became very clear to me that I needed to update my covers in order for them to match the current romantasy cover expectations. This is super common in the publishing industry. I'm sure you can think of a bunch of series that got new covers over time. Obvious examples are ACOTAR, Quicksilver, and The Bridge Kingdom. Anywho, those are my 3 reasons. I love the original covers. I think they're timeless, but I love the new covers too. If you'd like to pick up the new covers, you totally should. We've got new designs, we've got new beautiful formatting. I even did a little copy edit of the writing itself so that the voice and style can match that of The Savior's Army. And speaking of, I will be hitting you with details about The Savior's Army very, very soon. We may or may not have a cover reveal video as well as a release date on the horizon. So that's all I got for you today. The signed book presale is listed below. Get on it. It's going down throughout the month of November, and books will go out once the presale is ended. And if you haven't checked out How to Write Romantasy yet, you know what you do. You gotta go order a copy. It's linked below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos on Wednesdays and I host live streams on Mondays. And if you want to be alerted as soon as I upload, ring that bell. Bye. Have you subscribed to my channel yet? I mean, you totally should. I post new videos on Wednesdays. I also host live streams on Mondays, and they're super fun. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and be sure to ring that bell. That way you're alerted as soon as I post new content.